Good morning. We're going to do some basic shapes. Just something just to have fun and to learn a little bit. We're going to go with white. We're going to make a rectangle. I think rectangles are a pretty cool image, and we're just going to put that rectangle right there. He kind of lives right there. And I'm not sure why he lives right there, but he just does. It's your little world. You can put things wherever you want it. You can create your little world uh, however you may want it to be. We're gonna leave a little bit of dark in it. Uh, I just think that make it will make it pretty cool. We're just gonna leave a little bit of dark in it. Now we've got our rectangle. Let's say, what are we gonna put here? Let's put a little circle right here. Now, do you see how that circle is overlapping the triangle? That's a neat little trick that shows the perspective. Uh, that way, the rectangle is going to look like that it's back further than the circle. Now, we're going to maybe, let me see, what do we want to do? We're going to maybe put a square. Square is a good shape. The good thing about these shapes, they are throughout artwork and throughout what you're creating. They they exist all throughout nature. A lot of things you see in nature, if you take them down to the base elements, it's basic shapes. Now we're going to maybe go with an oval. It's kind of an odd shaped little oval, but that's okay. But our oval here, we're just going to go around here. Now, we're going to work our oval. Now, what we're going to do with our oval is we're going to kind of go less and less with color and try blending it a little bit on the edges and try doing a little bit of circles inside there. And all we're trying to do right there is just kind of build up a color or build up a texture. Um, and by the opacity letting some of the dark shine through, it builds it up more and it makes it look more interesting. Now, I think we might take a little bit of black. We might fix that little boo-boo right there. That's the great thing about art. If you know how, you can fix boo-boos very quickly. And there are no mistakes. You just make it work with you. Now what we're doing here, we're just putting a little bit of shadow on the shapes back here. We're making it look like that one's in the back. This one comes out a little bit. This one comes out a little bit more. And then this one, this oval, you want a shadow there as well. But in this very simple drawing, you see back here is back, forward, forward, forward. Now, what we can do in front, or in the foreground rather, we can put up some highlights. We can give this a little extra strength. We can strengthen the picture, build up some texture, and um, we can build it up to where it looks like it's the focal point. The shape can go around just a little bit more. Make it look more like an egg. There we go. Now I'm just going to continue to build up, and we're just going to give it a more of a finished look. And you see how the textures, the lines, the intensity, all of that gives it strength. And we might want to put a little bit more white just to give it a highlight. Just to give it a little bit of highlight. See how that has a lot of strength to it? Now, on our little triangle here, we might want to put a little bit of highlight too, but it's not going to show out that much. We might want to give a little bit of highlight back here, and then we might want to give a little bit of highlight right here. But the color back here is more faded, and then we're more concentrated, more concentrated, more concentrated. But see how that gives a feeling that back here is back there, here's here, and there. And it's just a neat little thing, but it's just basic shapes. We might want to put a little bit of shadow in here as well. We just put a little bit of shadow near the edge. We want to leave a little bit of white at the edge, just so that it has a little more strength to it, so you can tell where the edge is. But see how that strengthens, or not, you know what that kind of gives it a little more body. Now this back here, we're going to make this square back here kind of fade in the background a little bit more than what it is, because we want to make a little bit more difference in the image. We just want this to look like that it's way back there, and we're just going to settle it down a little bit. Now see how that makes that be much further back. Now I believe this one right here, we're going to make it just a little darker too. But once you put light color on something, it's very easy just to give it a little bit of opacity, a little bit of shadow. You can build up a little more texture, and, texture, bring form to it. Give it a little bit of life. Now we're going to maybe darken a little bit the edge of that as well. Now, that works. So you see, this one here, more faded, more subtle coloration. It's near the back. This one, medium. This one, a little brighter. And this one, a little brighter. These two definitely are in the foreground. Those are in the background. Hey, I hope you enjoy and have fun creating.